Okay, this question is from Shane, but it's not really a question as much as an observation. And I had a guy in the gym, a local bodybuilder, asked me the other day regarding his off-season bulking. Bodybuilders bulking. This kid's a big kid. He's a heavyweight bodybuilder. He's about 240. And he wants to be to the top of his class in the heavyweights. And the last time he competed, he was about 215. So he's got about 10 pounds of tissue to put on. He carries 240 very well. I mean, he's probably 5'10". He needs to be, closer to 260 to realistically be the size he wants to be. And then I ask him what he's eating, and he's still eating very clean. So here's the age-old debate now. Should you just gorge your face? Should you just stuff your face? You see those old pictures of Lee Priest eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. We don't even know if that was photoshopped or not. But Lee used to get huge. If anyone remembers, he was close to 300 pounds at one time. At 5'5", 5'4", whatever he is. It's crazy. You see pictures of Jay. There's one picture floating around of Jay at the dinner table with his shirt off. And I think that one is photoshopped. And it's funny as hell, though, because they make him look so fat. Yeah, he put on a certain amount of fat. But this is the misleading part. People like Lee, Jay, pro bodybuilders in general, I put on quite a bit of weight, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, you get so fat. But the truth is, I'm not that fat. I may be 235, 240, and yeah, I'm fat, but I can still see my abs. I still got veins in my legs. I still got real good vascularity through my chest and shoulders and arms, and I'm not that lean, not that fat. I'd be willing to guess that I never been above 15%. I may be off one way or the other. I could be 12. I don't know, depending on the way of measuring it. If I did that DEXA scan, I'd probably be closer to 15. Regardless, that's not that bad. That's not that fat. And same thing with Lee. When he was 300 pounds, he didn't look just like a fat guy. He had huge legs and huge arms, and he looked like a bodybuilder who was just a little chubbier. So for some people, it's a good idea to get those excess calories to rebound. I told this kid, Ken, in the gym, I'm like, try it. Try eating all the clean food that you're eating, and then add a tub of Ben and Jerry's at night. Add some pancakes, add a couple burgers, do whatever it takes to try to put on some weight, because if you're stuck at 240 and you've been stuck there and your goal is to go up, and how much clean food, how hard it is to eat 8 to 10,000 calories of clean food. You can't. You got to go the Juan Morel route and have a box of cereal with ice cream, and at least those calories are going to help you put on some kind of weight. I can't give you a scientific answer to this, but I've known throughout the years that my ability to put on weight was directly related to not giving a shit. I don't care that I look a little chubby in the off season. I know I'm strong as hell, and I know I'm putting on tissue. Each year I got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. People will want to equate that to doing more and more and more and more supplements. Supplements. But the reality is, it's because I was training harder and training as hard, and continuing to train hard, and continuing to take in an obscene amount of food. And sometimes the only clean thing I'd eat for few days in a row would be some eggs over easy with toast, steak tips, pancakes. My next meal will be a giant super 3-way roast beef sandwich on an onion roll. That thing alone is like 1,000 calories. Add in some chicken fingers and a pizza roll, and I'm good until the next few hours, where I'll have like 20 pieces of sushi, the appetizers, and then go home and have some ice cream too. Plus I had a shake in there after I trained. Plus I had 2 or 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches before I trained. That stuff adds up quick. Right there, what I just said to you, I don't even know what I said, but that's got to be 7,000-8,000 calories, easily. So it can't be all clean food or you end up throwing up. Throw in 8 to 10 beers and you're good. Now we're up to 10,000. But no, that's not really good bodybuilding advice. But whatever it takes to get the calories, to get your weight up, that's what you got to do. So, don't be fooled by some of these pictures, because, I would venture to guess Jay's never been over 15% body fat. Even Lee was probably at his fattest not more than 20%, That's it. Just, if you're a hard gainer and you're someone like this guy Ken, I would advise, especially if you're young, he's a young kid, and you have minimal risk factors, then go for it. Pile on the weight and see if it helps. If he ends up going from 260 back down to 215, I'd be very surprised, one. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't put on a couple more pounds of stage weight, closer to 225. Then something else is wrong. But he's young enough to try it and hopefully get away with it, so why not give it a shot? For all the older bodybuilders that have more risk factors, obviously the closer you get to 40 and above 40, you want to minimize an absorbent amount of weight gain. That's why, I try to keep my weight under 235. Once in a while I'm 237, and then I'll do a little cardio and clean it up for a day, and I'm back under 235. And that's about my sweet spot. I stay in there so I can still have some abs and I don't look like a complete mess. Some of you might say I do. I'm sorry, you don't think I'm cute. But, it's more about health than it is about appearance. So, I hope someone gets something out of this. My man Ken, he's going to try it and see what happens. And you guys all let us know how it works for you too. If you stay thin, lean in the off season, or you allow yourself to get fat. I personally allow myself to get a little fat. Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?